Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Pilates class. Let's get started. All right. So tall on your sit bones. If this is more comfortable, if lying down is more comfortable, that's all right as well too. Just feel free to find what feels good to you today and work in your own level of ability today. We've been off for a couple of weeks and we may feel it in a new way today. Work at that spine, getting it nice and tall. You'll find the tip of the sit bones. Maybe want to roll forward and back and then find them right underneath you, nice and tall. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale. These are just some yoga breaths right now. So we're not going to think about Pilates breathing technique. Just fill the lungs with breath, create space inside. And then a long exhale. One more. And then a little cat and cow seated. I'm going to lift the heart, pull back on the knees right here, easy, and then scoop the belly and round back. And again, inhale, nice and tall. Connect this with breath. One. And back. And then let's send the rib cage around. A little on the sit bones too. Just moving around the spine here. And then go the other direction. More time. All right. Find yourself on the tip of the sit bones again. We're going to arc over, lowering down, drop that shoulder, come right back up with the hand behind the head, and then we end this twist. Let's go the other way. Deep breath in. Take it behind your head, add a twist, look to that left wall. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, little twist. One more each direction. Maybe you find that hand lowers a little bit more, or the elbow lowers a little lower towards the ground. Back. And we twist. Creep the fingers away, roll into the heel of the hand. Shoulder rolls around and lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder. And then tucking the chin, come all the way forward. Take a deep breath into the back ribs. And roll back up. Let's put the other leg in front, the one that feels most unnatural. Same thing, roll into the fingertips, heel of the hand, shoulder rolls, lift the heart. Exhale, come forward and round up. And roll back up. Let's take the feet out wide, about mat width apart. We're going to drop that left knee down to the right ankle, or right heel, and look around to the back. And then the other side, same thing. Drop that down and look around. And then come on back up, and then just get over to one cheek and get a little massage on it. And then the other side. All right. I'm going to swing my feet to the end, just like you all are right now. I'm going to take this Pilates breath. So just sit nice and tall. You want to extend the feet out. If you have shoes on, it may be easier to come to the heels here than to let the feet drop. So it's up to you entirely. Nice deep breath in, lift the pelvic floor, belly in. Breathe laterally, and then that strong exhale, squeeze the rib cage. And again. So lateral breathing into the sides of the body. And then squeeze the rib cage. If you're using your hands at the bottom of that exhale, it's going to be like you're holding on to a big ice cream cone. One more. Okay, we're going to take that breath and add a half roll back to it. So just gently, deep breath in, exhale, squeeze the rib cage. On the next inhale, let that belly pull back from the thigh muscles, and then inhale, we sit up tall, just slightly on the hands. Deep breath. Exhale, scoop and roll back. Relax the shoulders. Now the next inhale, the belly pulls away from the thigh muscles. And then exhale, sit up tall. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale, pull deeper. Exhale, back up. This time we're going to roll all the way down. Sit nice and tall. Exhale. Hold on. Deep breath in. Roll a little bit more. Deep breath in. Roll the rest of the way. Eyes on the toes as you extend the leg out, and then the head goes down. Let's take a nice long body stretch. So reaching fingers and toes far away from one another. And then soles of the feet on the ground, knees to the ceiling, and slide your pelvis a little closer to the heels, right? So in this position, first we're just going to start with a little pelvic tilt. So right now you're imprinting the pelvis into the mat. And then what I want you to do is lift the tailbone a little bit and let that iliac crest, which is the top of the hip bone, press into the mat. And then rolling the other way, you come through that imprinting. And then almost like you're going to push the tailbone into the mat. So there's a little arch in the spine there. And then roll back and forth. Think of it as a little bit of a massage on the pelvis there. As you roll back into that pelvic tilt, you're going to tilt it posteriorly, and then we're going to tilt it anteriorly, and back and forth. So you know one extreme from the other, and now I want you to find smack dab in the middle, which is that imprinting. Right? So you are pressing the entire pelvis into the ground. You're using your core muscles to do that. You're not using your legs, so let them relax. We'll come into that Pilates breath. So lift the pelvic floor. You're going to sink the navel towards the spine. The pelvis doesn't move, and we're going to breathe laterally once again. Inhale through the nose. That strong exhale through the mouth. Like you're going to blow out a candle. And again. One more. And then just let everything relax. You're not supposed to be using the legs. I know you might have been a little bit, but let the belly just relax. Hands down alongside of the body, classic Pilates position. And then what I want you to do is just roll over, taking your gaze over to one side and let the outside edge of your ear touch the ground, and then go to the other side. Roll the head over, and you'll feel that outside edge touch the ground. And then again, back and forth. Just the chin, just the head is moving, so everything else is still. We're going back to some basics today because it's been a long time. All right, and back to the ceiling, looking up. I want you to take a deep breath in and tuck the chin. And then release, gaze back to the ceiling and lifting the chin just a little bit. All right, so we're going to work back and forth. Tuck the chin on an exhale. Lift the chin on an inhale. Maybe look over, up, but then even a little more up. It's up to you entirely, depending on the range of motion around your neck. And one more time. And then look, find the middle, looking right back to the ceiling. Let's lift the feet off the ground. Knees are over the hips here. And I'm going to drop one foot down to the ground and back up. I'm imprinting my pelvis. My pelvis isn't moving. If this is too difficult for you, please feel free to drop both knees and simply lift the leg. Otherwise, we're going to stay in this. This is another classic Pilates position where the shins are parallel to the ground and the knees are over the hips. Pilates breath. Pelvic floor is lifted. Now, the stronger we get in the core, the further we can take the heel away from us. But just be sure you're not moving the pelvis. It is imprinting itself into the mat firmly, and there's no movement there. Try to let the neck and the shoulders relax as you do this. And one more time. They're not going to help you do that. All right. Bring the knees back into the chest. Go ahead and let the tailbone lift up. Take a deep breath and tuck the chin. And then exhale, bring the face in towards the knees, curling up like a ball. And then we'll go back. All right, left foot down. And let's lift our right leg to the ceiling and a little circle in the ankle. So we're going to take these leg circles. When I first started doing this in Pilates, I did not like this exercise at all because I couldn't get it to work for me. Now, you can keep the foot on the ground or you can slide the leg down. It's up to you. Use that as an anchor. But what we're going to do is we're going to circle this leg around. Small, I don't know, maybe a beach ball, maybe a fit ball if you get good at it. But this entire pelvis is going to remain imprinted. So there's no movement there in the pelvis at all. Nice and smoothly around. That leg acts as an anchor. Your jaw, your shoulders, your throat are not going to help you do this. Switch directions, go the other way. And you can flex or point the toe, it doesn't matter to me. You could even move the ankle as well. Just be sure the leg is moving too. 2 more. Bring that knee into your chest. Take it out by the shoulder a little bit to get a little inner thigh stretch. And then we're going to switch hands and bring it across the body just a little. Okay, other side. Again, the right foot can stay on the ground or the right leg can go down. It's entirely up to you here. And you can flex or point the toe or you can circle the ankle. But once we get this going, this pelvis is going to remain absolutely still. Can you all get why I didn't like this at first? I could not get it to work for me. So circling maybe a basketball, maybe a soccer ball, maybe a beach ball, or one of those fit balls in the gym. If you feel that hip clicking in there at all, fire on the core muscles even more. The stronger you get, the less clicking you'll hear. Let's switch directions, go the other way. And remember that pelvis is absolutely still. Nice, nice, nice. And strong leg. One more time. Knee into the chest. Let it rotate out towards the shoulder a little bit to get a little inner thigh. And then we'll go the other way across the body. All right, feet on the ground. Hips are done for right now. We're going to work on the upper body now. So reaching the hands to the ceiling, we should take a deep breath in and exhale. Let the shoulder blades leave the mat, like you're really reaching for something. And then on an inhale, press the shoulders back into the mat. Exhale, reach. Inhale, retract them back, push them in the neck. Reach, protract them, draw them apart. Inhale, retract them back, press them in. One more time. Exhale. Drop the hands down by your side. And we're going to start, we're going to lift the hips from the ground, but this time we're going to roll the tailbone up. So we're going to have a little spine articulation. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Lifting the tailbone off the mat, the middle of the spine, all the way up to the shoulder blades. Lifting up, take a deep breath in, roll the spine right back down. Tailbone is the last thing to come, or pelvis is the last thing to come down. Deep breath in. Let's roll that up once again. Take a breath. Exhale, roll right back down. And come back to that imprinting pelvis. One more time. We're going to stay up here this time. So rolling the spine up. You're going to hold this. Knees facing straight ahead to me, toes facing straight ahead. Now, I'm going to lift my arms over my head and exhale, lower them down. So let's get Pilates breath going here. Pelvic floor is lifted, navel is drawn in towards the spine. You're using that good lateral breath. It's not easy because the diaphragm is pushing up. Make it nice and strong. Again. One more time. And exhale. All right, lift the heels, and we're going to roll the spine back down. vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rest. Tuck the chin. You want to lift the head up and curl all the way into that ball. Go ahead. And then exhale. Let's put the feet back down and let's come into the 100. We're going to get it all together now. Shoulders, legs, breath work. It all comes together right here. And remember, you have choices. You can simply stay on the mat. You can keep the head down. You can take the head up, the feet up, extend, lower, whatever you'd like. But the inhale is smooth, and the exhale is when you take that nice sharp. But we don't want the head to move, all right? It's just in the arms, so we have to control it. All right, so choose your own adventure. We take a deep breath in, and if you're coming up, you're gonna peel away from the mat. Smooth inhale, sharp exhale. Really nice. That's 5, halfway there. Work at squeezing that rib cage. Two more. Last one. Knees in, release the head back down. And give the head a toss side to side, touching the ground with the side of the ears if that works for you. And again. All right. Let's back those knees up once again so they're over the hips and shins are parallel to the earth. We're going to open the knees. We're going to extend the legs, bring the toes back together, and bend the knees. All right? So opening the knees, extend the legs. I'm going to keep my heels together, kind of like a penguin. Balls of the feet together and come right back down. Or the big, the toe, the knuckle and the big toe. Bring it back together and draw it back down. In, out. Push that ceiling back up and right back down. So a little hip articulation here, ankles, knees, and one more time. And we're going to rock and roll. Get yourself up and over onto all fours. There were a couple of towels around the room there. You got one, Donna? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So over onto all fours. I say that because I need one for my knee. All right, hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. So what I want you to do is splay your fingers out. And then you're going to press between the thumb and the pointer finger into the mat as well. So we're not going to lift up in the middle right there. Now, if this gives your wrist trouble, let me also suggest maybe you let the hips move back a little bit. That'll ease up on that. Or you can always come to the knuckles. You could even move your knuckles back so it's a little less pressure on the hands. Index finger points to the front of the room. Bring the heart forward. Exhale, scoop the belly and round. One more time. We pass through that flat back. Heart forward and exhale. Kick the feet over to the right. Tuck the chin over and find your tailbone. And then we go the other way. Same thing. Over to the left and find that tailbone. All right. Come back to the center. Now, I want you to lighten up on the right hand. So come to the right fingertips. Creep that right hand away. And lift that thumb to the ceiling. Really fire on those core muscles to do this. Holding this here, 3 breaths. Pilates breath. One more. And release that back down. Slide that left foot out behind you and let it leave the earth. Strong leg right there. You're pressing through that back heel. And let's keep that, let's slide that right finger forward once again, thumb to the ceiling, and here we go. 3 breaths. I want you to drive that supporting hand into the mat. So you're not going to sink into that shoulder. Push away, lift that front body to the back body. One more breath. Okay, we're going to take weather vane. Right leg, right arm out to the side, left leg to the left. Come right back in. 2 more times. I don't ask for many, but I just ask for good form. And 1 more. All the way down. Drop back into child's pose here. Just a little circle in your wrist. All right. And then we'll come back up onto the other side. First, I just start with the hand here, because I really feel like that fires on the core muscles. And it reminds you not to sink into the shoulder. You want to lift that front body to the back body so those shoulders stay parallel to the mat. Reaching that arm up, thumb to the ceiling. Drive that supporting hand downward. One more breath. Lower that hand, slide that right leg out. Find balance, and then extend the arm if that's accessible for you. 3 breaths. Keep lifting that front body to the back body. Very nice. And now weather vane. Left arm to the side, right leg to the side. Come right back, center. Exhale. Inhale to the center. One more time. Exhale. And inhale to the center. Knee down. Sit back. Relax your wrists. Whatever you need to do. Give a circle, give a little pull. And coming into child's pose here. Extended child's pose. I'm going to stretch my hands out front. You can keep the hips up if that's easier, better for your knees. That's just fine. Deep breath in, and then I'm going to slide my hands down right in front of my knees here. So you can always stack your fists up here if that feels better for you. This is Pilates shell stretch, it's called. So what I'm going to do is I feel my rib cage on my thigh muscles here. Lift the pelvic floor, pull the navel towards the spine, draw the shoulders down back. We're going to take that Pilates breath into the back ribs, and then as you exhale, you'll feel that rib cage pull away from your thigh muscles. All right? So deep breath in. Exhale. If you want to imagine, I have my hands on your back, and you're going to breathe into my hands. One more. All right, creep the fingers forward, stretching them forward, and come into plank position. Your choice. You can stay there on the knees. You can drop down to the elbows if that's easier for your wrist. I'm going to slide one leg out, and then I'm going to slide the other one. I'm going to hold this for 3 breaths. Lifting that front body to the back body. Turn the tailbone towards the heels. One more. Knees down, hips down. We lower all the way down. Get yourself back on the mat. Whew. Give your hips a toss. Now, breaststroke prep. I want you to pull the shoulders down the back and let the hands come right there, about lined up with your face, I'll say. But the shoulders are pressing down the back. Tops of the feet are on the ground. On the first inhale, you're simply going to pull the navel towards the spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift the upper body away from the mat. On the next inhale, I want you to pull the navel towards the spine again. And then exhale, release back down. I'm not using my hands. They're just resting there. So the first inhale, belly in, navel to the spine. Exhale, flex, pull away from the mat. Inhale, let the heart pull forward a little bit more. And exhale, release back down. So wake up in the low back. Breathing in. Exhale, lift. Breathing in, belly in even more. Exhale, back down. Be sure you're not using your glutes and your legs to do this. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathing in again. Release down. Let's take 3 more with your own breath. Long spine, long neck. Beautiful, beautiful. One. Breathing in. Exhale back down. All right. So flex the right foot and let that right toe rest on the ground. We're going to lift that foot from the earth and pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it back down. Let's switch to the other side. Notice, are you using your upper body to do this? Are you pushing down on the opposite leg? See if you can just let that leg pulse on its own. It's not going very far. Deep breath in, long leg and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, belly in, 3, 2, 1. Release back in. Give your hips a toss side to side. Let's go back and get a nice stretch here. So push back to child's pose or whatever is accessible for you. All right, coming forward again on your belly. This has always been one of my favorite Pilates exercises. It's not a basing one, it's just one of my favorite. I take a deep breath in the belly and then I'm gonna exhale, lift that leg and just tap it over there and come right back in. So we get this prep by pulling in the core muscles. Deep breath in, exhale. I'm gonna use my hands and push, let that toe touch over behind me. Come right back. Deep breath in, lift that foot, touch it behind. Yes! And right back in. Go ahead and bend the knee. Deep breath in, bend the knee, and let it touch behind you. And back. One more time. Bend the knee, it's okay. And touch. Great stretch in the front of my body. I just love it. Just love it. Slide the hands out in front, thumbs to the ceiling. We're going to lift those feet first and flutter kick. And if you're ready for this, let's lift the hands and flutter kick as well. Belly in, nothing moving in the body, just the arms and legs. One more breath. And breaststroke back. Reach the fingers to the feet. Heart comes forward. Now, hands on the ground, face to the side, turn down. And then just give the hips a shake side to side. Okay, push back to child's pose. Another stretch. And then drop the hips over to your left. Swing your legs around to the front. Let's see, how would that be for you? Yeah, because I want you to get on your left side. And I need this underneath me here. All the way down. Okay, now you have choices here. You can come up on the elbow here, or if this is better for you to be down here, that's okay too, depending on your strength in the shoulder and flexibility. So I'm going to bring my bottom foot forward a little bit for a little bit of an anchor. Okay, so I'm going to a little bit in the pike position here. And this top leg is simply going to lift and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touch the toe on the ground in front, and then touch the toe on the ground. Or we can go toe heel too. No, I like toe. Yeah. Toe in front, and then I'm going to bend the knee and toe in the back. So come forward and go back. Keeping the torso absolutely still. Those hips are stacked up on top of one another here. 2 more. Last one. All right, so now we're going to swing that leg forward and pulse. Exhale, and then swing it to the back. Now, without all this body stuff happening, okay, what I want you to do, easy swing to the front, and then easy swing to the back. So you're holding upright here, okay? Pulse. Inhale back. It's not going to go very far. Pulse. Inhale back. And pulse. And I wouldn't worry about the foot flexed or pointed. It doesn't matter, although eventually we'll get to this flex because that'll give you a nice stretch down that leg as well. Pulse to the front, exhale. And then back, holding that torso still. Very nice. Pulse. And back. And one more time. Pulse. And back. All right, bend both knees. Hand on the leg. We're going to inhale, lift the hips up. You can extend that top leg if you'd like, and exhale, come right back down. Just tap the hips down. Try not to sink back into it. Here we go. A lot of work on this shoulder. Inhale, lifting up. You can extend that top leg, and exhale, come right back down. In fact, let's look down towards the shoulder, towards the feet down there. Inhale, look maybe towards the earth, to your elbow, and exhale, turning the head, look down. 2 more. Lifting up. Lowering down nice and slow with control. 1 more time. And down. Push yourself up to the seated position here. And this may or may not work for you right here. You could sit easy pose if that's better. Otherwise, I have this 1 foot back here in the back. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to drop that sit bone down to the ground, and then I'm gonna rainbow arc over and bring it up. So I'm going over and down and back, up and over, in this hip right here. This is an old Martha Graham exercise, and back. And if you need to sit this way, you're just gonna drop the sit bone down and then lift the sit bone back up, right? Up and down. Getting into that hip flexor right there, bring it forward, and bring it back. One more time. All right. So, go to the other side. Very good. All the way down. The body foot's going to come to the front, and then the top one just rests on top of it for right now. Okay? Elbow right underneath the shoulder, and you're lifting up on this right rib cage here. So we don't want to sink into, you know what I call this, the Burt Reynolds pose. So hips are going to stack on top of one another, and you lift out of this rib cage. I'm just going to lift and lower that top leg. Lift and lower. So the only thing that's moving here is this leg. My torso is absolutely still. I'm lifting the rib cage. Working adductor muscles right here, abductor muscles right here on the side. Up and down. And again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, touch the toe in front and touch the toe in the back. Without moving around on the hips at all. Toe in front and toe in back. Try to hold still in the torso. 1 more. 3 more. 2. Just 1. All right, so deep breath in. Exhale, we pulse that leg forward. And then come back without moving the torso, I know we've oftentimes had this little movement in the spine, in the torso, but not this time. Focus on keeping absolutely still, which means there's going to be a smaller range of motion and there's going to be more control. Mermaid, we call this mermaid. I'm tucking my back foot in. If that doesn't work for you, go ahead and keep the foot out there in front. That's okay too. Oh, we didn't do the arc over. Back down, sorry. Both knees are bent. We were getting into that, but we didn't quite bend. Okay, now looking down towards your feet. As you lift up, you can extend that top leg or keep it there and look towards the top end of your mat. Lower down. Inhale, lift. Nice arc. Exhale down. A lot of work on the shoulder. Move slowly through it. Down. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And now we sit up. So coming into this mermaid. And you can keep the feet stacked up here. You could take that other one back if that feels good too. And this is that exercise where this left sit bone here, right sit bone, I'm going to drop it down to the mat, and then I'm going to lift it up and over before we get a little stretch. So just, it's an upside down U. Touch the sit bone, and then lift back up. Always start a modern dance class with this exercise to loosen up the hips. And again, y'all doing great. I used to find it quite challenging. And again. One more time. All right. So let's come to the end of your feet to the end of your mat. And let's take them about mat width apart. We're going to get into the saw, but we're going to start with something just a little easier first. Arms are out. A little bend in the knees are fine. You can also take the hands here on the hips or here if that feels better. I'm just going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to exhale and try to bring this arm just parallel over that left leg. All right, deep breath in, exhale. Deep breath in. We're going to stay 180 degrees. Exhale. I'm not getting there, but that's what I'm working towards. Now, another thing I want you to notice, are you moving the feet when you do this? Or can you just make this be about the upper body? And that's what will require a lot of good core work to do this. So the toes are going to stay facing the ceiling, and the movement is all in the upper body for right now. And one more. Let's just take spinal stretch forward. Nice deep breath in, scoop the belly, and stretch forward. Now the next inhale, stretch even deeper, pull back the belly even more, and then exhale, roll back up. So your pelvis is going to stay perpendicular to the mat. You're not doing this. It's going to stay this way, and it's the upper body that's coming over. Did you see my toe do that as I did that? All right, deep breath in. Exhale, navel towards the spine. Now inhale, pull the belly in even more as you stretch deeper, and then exhale, come right back up. You should feel this in the middle back. You should not feel this in the hamstrings. This is a spinal stretch. Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, stretch deeper, pull back more. Exhale, come right back up. Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, stretch deep. Exhale. Oh my goodness, this feels so good. Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, stretch deeper. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, come right back up. All right, so now we got this soft. So I'm going to take my feet about mat width apart. This is going to be a nice deep breath in, and the exhale is going to be exhale, 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 exhale. I'm going to slice that baby toe off. The very last bit of breath, I'm going to drop the crown of the head towards my toes. But notice this opposite arm is still reaching back, okay? And it's a long exhale to get down to the toe. You don't get there, that's okay. Still drop the crown of the head towards the toe if you don't, all right? Here we go, deep breath in. Exhale. Make it a good squeeze of the rib cage. One more time. And back. All the way back. All right, we're going to roll down. So hands on the mat. Right next to you. As we roll back, we're going to find the elbows on the ground. Deep breath in. I'm looking towards my toes. Take another breath. Look towards the toes. Elbows find the mat. And then slowly down. As slow as is possible for you. Tip the head side to side as you bring the soles of the feet to the earth. And let's come into our ab work. All right, so the 5 ab series. There's a single leg stretch. There's a double leg stretch. There's a single straight leg stretch. A double straight leg stretch. And my twist is going to be deep breath in, exhale, reach, and inhale, come back. 4 on one side. All right, that's going to be my twist. I just like that better than all that other stuff. Okay, here we go. Classic Pilates position. Lift the pelvic floor, imprint the pelvis. Relax the legs. Navel towards the spine. On an inhale, I'm going to tuck the chin. If you're lifting your head, this is when you'll do it. And get your legs ready. Take a deep breath in, strong exhale. And you can take this with that whole thing with the head down. I'm just touching with my fingertips the legs. Don't yank on them. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Okay, both knees in. Touch the ankles. Inhale, take your big sombrero off. And exhale, come right back in, touch the ankles. You can take the head up or the head down, but let's avoid this up and down each time you do this, all right? Inhale. This is a long, slow exhale. Still very functional. Inhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And last one. Your choice. Head up or head down for single straight leg stretch. 1 leg up, 1 leg lower. Deep breath in. Sharp now. Maybe give that leg a little tug to you. A little pulse. come together. Inhale, we lower, and exhale back up. But that pelvis is going to imprint still. So don't let it tip. Coming right back up like we did in the beginning. Inhale, we lower, press it down. Exhale. Again, inhale, lower. Exhale. And you could take it down 10 inches. Or you could take it down 3 feet. It's up to you entirely. Choose your own adventure. 2 more times. And last one. Just keep that pelvis on the mat. All right. So from here, feet down. I'm going to take my left hand out to the side, my right hand behind my head, just gently. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach to the ceiling with that left hand, or right hand. Inhale, lower back down. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. 2 more times. Exhale, reach to the ceiling. Lower down. 1 more time. Exhale, reach to the ceiling so that left shoulder or right shoulder comes up off the mat. We switch to the other side. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach. Right shoulder comes off the mat. Inhale down. Exhale. 2 more times. 1 more time. And all the way down. Give your head a toss side to side. All right, so we are not going to do the full roll up here today, but we're going to take just an easy version of the teaser, as it's called. So from here, hands are going to come over your head. They're not going to touch the ground. I'm going to take a wide circle around, tuck the chin, and exhale, peeling away from the mat. Inhale, hands come over the head. Exhale, circle around. What I want you to notice here is the more you contract and the more you get the shoulders towards the hip bones, the less work on the neck. 1 more time. Exhale. And roll back down, and let's just stay there. Again, keep your head tossed side to side. Let's cross that right leg over at the ankle, and then let that knee open out to the right. This is a fine stretch for you. By all means, stay there. If not, I'm going to lift my left foot off the ground and grab behind that thigh, drawing that in a little closer towards my chest. Drop that left foot, extend that right leg to the ceiling, and grab wherever you can. Maybe the calf, maybe behind the thigh, the calf up a little bit higher. Now you want a little deeper stretch in the front of the leg. Go ahead and slide that left leg down to the ground. You can bend that top knee, that's fine, and bottom knee. And then, while you're here, let that leg come out to the right just a little bit. Go ahead and bend the knee, just let it come out to the right a little bit. And just for fun, let's bring it across the body. Switch hands, keeping both hips on the mat. So we're not adding this twist in the back. This is all about probably that IT band maybe. You're going to feel some interesting tingling. All right, let's put that foot on the ground. We lift that left foot off, crossing at the ankle. Maybe this is your stretch. Maybe you'd like to take it a little bit deeper. Grab behind that thigh. Drop that right foot down, left foot to the ceiling, behind the thigh, behind the calf, maybe up towards the ankle. And again, you can extend that right leg down as well. It's up to you. Just be sure you're getting a nice stretch in the back of that leg there. All right, so I'm going to put a little bend in that left leg and let it travel out to the left side of the body. Still imprinting that pelvis. That right hip is not coming up. I want you to keep that right hip on the ground as you do this. So that will probably dictate how far that leg can go out to the side. And then just bring it across the body just a little bit, but keep that left hip on the ground. Switch legs there. Both hips are still pressing into the mat. All right, soles of the feet together, grab hold of the thigh muscles and lower the feet down to Supta Baddhanasana, we call it. Reclining tailor sits. You can support the legs if that feels better to you, or take the hands right there at the crease of the hip and then maybe push the legs away from your hips. It's up to you. All right, bring the legs together, slide them down. Nice full body stretch here. And then grab that towel, wherever that thing went. It does have a little scent in it if you'd like, maybe over your eyes, over your feet. Nope, the scent's gone. Over your toes. And just a few moments of some Shavasana. Feel the mat soften underneath you and your body just sink into it. You no longer support your body, but the earth does. And for one moment, there's just breath and heart. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And bring the hands back to the heart. One on the heart, one on the belly. Let's bring the soles of the feet up as well. And then rolling over onto a side. Left side digestion, right side heart, whatever you need this morning. Stay there, take a couple of breaths. And then slowly pushing yourself to sitting when you're ready.